HooHooHooRobin.
Yeah, we're working for the weekend.
Yeah. You better stop and start. This guy got fat.
Mike Reno.
You see Mike Reno on
Good old Mike Reno.
one of those Whatever Happened To shows, and Jesus Christ, he is quite a
what are you going to do?
chub.
Happens to all of us.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
I don't know, work out, maybe eat better. What are you going to do?
That becomes a problem after a while,
I know. Believe me.
But we all can't live like Charlie Sheen.
Unfortunately.
We got real responsibilities out there.
Cocaine diet is great.
Cocaine. Quoddafi, what do you think? Because we're going to have a replay today.
Yeah,
so
now here's
we blew
here's
it
the
with
deal.
Egypt.
When we were talking about Egypt, and it was the last day of Mubarak, we were talking about it, and we didn't know what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. So we do our little morning show, and then history happens, and Mubarak leaves.
Right.
And then we have the replay later in the afternoon with our dumb speculation that was completely wrong.
We looked like assholes.
And we looked like a couple of assholes, man.
Said, he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's going to make it till September at least.
This is just going to end in bloodshed, and there's going to be bodies in the streets.
Right.
It's like we should have said, no, here's what's going to happen. He's going to leave, and then a white reporter is going to get gangbanged. And that's it. Bye-bye.
I don't mean to laugh at
the end.
It's horrible, but
yeah, whatever happened.
Someone did tweet me and said, don't they learn? And they showed me a picture of another blonde reporter in the middle of the chaos. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure if it was a Libya thing or
maybe she wanted it.
But it's what are you doing?
I know.
Stay away from the blondes for a while.
I've noticed on the news they say, and let's go to blah-de-blah, one of the reporters, who's keeping an eye on the story from a safe distance. Mm-hmm. And they make a point of saying that, like, we're responsible.
We're responsible.
Don't worry about us.
Would the safe distance be, I don't know, Indianapolis?
Yeah, that's a safe distance.
That's a safe distance.
How about, from looking at a monitor of a fucking Predator drone? Sure. From Vegas or something.
From the space shuttle.
Yeah. That's a safe distance. Here's what it looks like. It looks like Gaddafi's in some big trouble. He's in a jam here. From the latest news I got, as of,
Let's call it. So we look like fucking rock stars later on in the replay.
Here's what's going to happen. Gaddafi is going to be overthrown.
Today.
It's going to happen.
Today.
Tripoli,
well, what time is it, though?
I think it's tonight over there. Is it today or this morning?
I don't know, because now people are hearing this in the replay, so what time is it now?
Hey, I'm an F-18, bro.
What time is it? It's what? 2 in the afternoon? No, it can't be 2 in the afternoon. 2 in the morning?
About what time this replay is going to air?
No, in Tripoli. What time is it right now?
Yeah. Oh, it's the afternoon.
Oh, wait, this is prime time? Take him out?
It's like the afternoon, 2:20, 2:30.
Okay, I'm going to go on record as saying he's already gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's been shot. He's dead.
He's
Can
dead.
we get in trouble for saying Gaddafi's been killed? Will we get fired?
Who knows? They dragged his dead body out. It's over.
Yeah, out in the streets, blood,
we took care of that.
Beheading. It was amazing.
You going beheading?
Yeah, I'm going to go hanging. I'm going hanging in the little town square thing there that they got.
Nah, not creative enough.
Really? And then
that's too creative.
No, but then they beat the shit out of him.
It's just going to be a bullet to the head, and then they just drag his lifeless body through the streets.
Through the streets?
Yeah.
All clapping and
la,
la, la,
and then some weird language that basically says Gaddafi is dead.
Yeah.
Long live Libya or something.
And then they'll do like a whole retrospective on his life and career and as colonel.
Did you know that like Beyonce performed for him? Did you see that video going around yesterday? Say what? I guess he threw some parties. Maybe not for him personally, but for the family and stuff.
Yeah.
Those guys will throw money around, and then you get like a private concert with someone like Beyonce.
The Quoddafi party?
It was like $1 million, and Beyonce is like, yeah, I'll go. I think it might have been in the Caribbean, that one. All of a sudden, she's just performing for the Quaddafis. I don't know if the big, the main one was there.
Probably not.
No?
No, I wouldn't think he'd show up.
You think Quoddafi would give Charlie Sheen a run for his money?
As far as drugs go?
Well, the rumor is he's always on drugs.
I'm actually saying he's on drugs.
He's on drugs?
Guaranteed. I'm guarantee it, because what's he going to do?
He's not on anything right now because he's dead, and they're dragging his body through the streets.
Dragging his body through the streets.
Yes. Long live Libya.
Yes. Now get another boss in there.
What kind of drugs they do in Libya?
I I think it's an oil extract.
No.
And they smoke it like hashish oil, like hash oil, under a glass.
I wouldn't be
on a
surprised.
pin.
I don't even know.
They just take raw, light, sweet crude and ball it up, and then they put it on a pin through a book, right? And they put a glass over it and burn it, and then they go, blow it out and cover it with the glass, right? Yeah. The glass fills up with smoke. Yeah. They slide it to the edge of the book and then go,
lift up that
and
lid.
Just inhale all the smoke from it under the glass, and then you feel it expand in your lungs, and then you go, slowly you go, and you are so fucked up.
Sweet crude oil?
What?
Sweet crude oil, though?
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
I don't even know what the drug of choice would be in Libya.
Probably some kind of poppy thing.
Some kind of hash.
In that Middle East, they love their fucking poppy,
Afghanistan,
heroin.
Afghanistan close enough?
Black tar heroin.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's close enough to fucking... And their borders are just like, bring it in, who cares?
You know what I love about revolutions? You get to figure out, like, where the countries are.
Yeah.
I didn't know Egypt was next to Libya. There was no reason for me to know that.
It's the only way you really learn. You will look at the news and go, is that where that is?
And I think I also learned that it's part of Africa. It's northern Africa. I always thought it was its own thing.
I was looking at that. Air pollution is the main cause. What about cigarette smoking?
Main cause of what?
A heart attack.
Air causes heart attacks?
Hey!
No.
Yeah, air pollution, it said.
Causes heart attacks?
Well, they said that 7.4% or something of heart attacks are caused by air pollution.
Nah, I think because you just saw a graphic, you're like filling in the blanks. How is that possible?
Maybe. I got a mic in front of me, though.
Oh, so it has to be real?
Yeah, it's true.
All right. No, we don't want to predict that he was killed in a car accident, asshole.
No.
Kevin in South Carolina.
He was in Florida. He had a young boy in the car.
No.
Do you think we'd actually get in any trouble for lying that Quoddafi was killed in a car crash?
I don't know. Maybe the family's listening.
Very upset. Yeah, he's at his state-run TV station, which is in flames, and he's complaining that we should be fired.
Hey, what's that part? You see Africa there, and then that thing like to the right.
Out? That's Somalia.
No, way up top.
Oh, that?
That's
no, the big piece. Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
That's where that is?
Yeah. Yeah, see? You kind of learn about Africa.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where it is now. Yeah.
What, they moved it?
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Well, you said that's where it is now.
Well, if you want to...
Well, technically, the plates are moving. I mean, it's not going to be there forever.
So it's moved a little
What do they call it before?
Pangea.
Oh, right? I thought that was the place from fucking... from that movie, Pangea.
Did you ever realize that Ethiopia is so high up?
From Avatar. I didn't watch Avatar.
No,
I hated
wait.
it.
Oh, what?
See, look, Pangea shows you all the continents together.
Oh,
see?
sure, yeah, I remember the Pangea. We learned that in school.
What was the name of the place then?
In what?
Avatar.
I didn't see that shit movie.
Oh, I saw it. Pandora. Yeah, Pandora.
Oh, it wasn't Tatooine.
You still haven't seen the Avatar?
I keep seeing the beginning of it and pieces of it, and I'm like, I can't make it to the end.
That movie will never hold up.
I have it, but like I don't know, it looks cheesy.
It does.
It was good because it was the first like 3D movie that really did some cool 3D
I saw
shit.
Honey, I Shrunk the Audience at
Not
Disney,
as good.
and let me tell you
Not
something.
as good, sir.
That was the first 3D movie, and it makes you feel like mice are at your feet.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Avatar doesn't hold up past.
Kids start crying. It's great.
I'm a Captain EO boy for a long time.
Captain EO was the first 3D movie.
Horribly done.
Michael Jackson reached out and diddled the children in 3D.
Yeah,
right in their own seats. They'd sit there, and you know how Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. They got these little things that come out and whip at your ankles from the seats to make it look like rats and mice are at your feet because they spill off the stage in 3D.
You party with Charlie Sheen?
Yeah,
they actually do that.
It's awesome. Yeah.
That seems to be a major fucking
fourth
pain in the
dimension.
ass.
Fourth dimension, man. Fourth dimension.
But they just got some fucking what? Is it people?
No. It's like weed whackers that are on the legs of your chair and they spin around a little and they kind of hit the back of your fucking socks and legs and shit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And you just hear the people go, "What?" And it goes like from one side of the audience to the other. It's kind of fucking cool. But Captain EO, they're doing the same thing, but every kid's seat has a big dildo thing that pops up through the seat and actually penetrates their little bungs. And as Captain EO, Michael Jackson is singing, the kids are being actually molested in their seats.
That's
in
fourth,
3D.
That's the fourth dimension.
That's the fourth dimension, man.
Charlie.
Fourth dimension, man.
If you want to talk fourth dimension, that's the fourth dimension.
And
right
with the 3D glasses, you get a shot of Jesus juice.
Yeah?
As a kid. You do that sound, you get a little buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avatar was it's not going to hold up past the technology.
No, all that shit.
It still will be looked at as a good movie, but
you know what is amazing for 1993, and we've talked about it so many times? Fucking Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It's like 93, and the fucking CGI is like, that's a goddamn dinosaur.
Pretty damn good, right?
It's not, you look at it now and go like, all right, they could do a little better with the fucking, light blending on the things and textures and shit like that.
Did you say 93?
Yeah, I think 93 that movie came out.
Shit.
But still, that fucking T-Rex, when it's chasing the Jeep, that is a great scene, and it holds up.
Sure does.
Fucking holds up, CGI. Look at that fucking thing.
Why don't they?
That sound, it was great.
Why don't they? You think they would re-release Jurassic Park?
Remake it?
Not remake it, just like
re-release, clean it
up a bit.
Is Spielberg? Yeah, well,
could you imagine?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know. I'd say leave it alone because he'll probably do something like a parent wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
we'd take that away.
Yeah.
Let's take the guns away and give the fucking Australian velociraptor fucking guard guy a walkie-talkie. And he just talks it out with the velociraptor. He goes, smart girl. And then he goes, yes, I am. And then they go out on a date and everything's hunky-dory. Pussy.
Yeah, that took me out of the re-release of E.T.
They didn't even
look
clever
right.
girl.
They didn't even look right in their hands.
No.
The walkie-talkies.
The walkie-talkie.
Why would everyone have a walkie-talkie?
Because they wouldn't be shooting at a young child that's flying past the moon with an alien.
Then don't remake the damn thing or re-release it.
What do you think you are, an F-18, bro?
I'm an F-18, bro.
You're fucking, that's Spielberg you're talking about.
Winner.
You're going to shit on him?
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, I'm a winner. Spielberg, loser.
Bye-bye.
Wrap your mind around that. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to beat Charlie Sheen all day. I'm going to leave this fucking studio later.
What else is new?
Your Charlie Sheen weekend.
Touche, Danny. You touche.
Your Charlie Sheen weekend starts in 2.5 hours, sir.
Fucking watching Apocalypse in a theater, getting fucked up all the time with broads everywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy, right, Ant?
Now that you put it in that context, that is a little fucked up.
You're Charlie Sheen light.
Yes, Charlie Sheen light without the cocaine.
Right. But you got all the other elements.
I do
you
like
got the movie theater, you got the apocalypse now, and you
Travis
got the girls.
says that you're East Coast Charlie Sheen.
I'm East Coast Charlie Sheen.
East Coast Charlie.
I do like the alcohol fueled binge, the theater, the bar, fucking girls thing. Yeah, this could be. Wow, I never even thought of that. Boy, there but for the grace of God go I. I just don't have the Charlie Sheen fucking 2.5 Men money.
Charlie's doppelganger.
Yeah.
Your doppel Sheen.
It never crossed your mind.
Yeah.
It never crossed your mind.
Yeah. No, it didn't.
All right.
We're like, if E-Rock was still here, our show would be 2.5 Ton Man.
Yeah, E-Rock just left.
Because he's fat.
E-Rock's been puking all morning.
Oh, please.
We don't need you that bad. Stay home. I don't want to get sick.
He's probably eating too much.
Best thing that could happen to him.
Gotta get it out.
Just stop digesting.
Something went around this
Stomach
week.
saying no more could come in here. Could you please stop? You're full.
Did you have shitties yesterday? I did.
Shitties? No.
And horrendous,
Nice tapered.
horrendous gas.
Really?
Oh, yeah, oil refinery gas.
Oh, God, when it smells like a refinery.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's bad. That's all methane.
My girl was yelling at me.
Was it the slow, long purge
Dude, I don't know.
of heat?
I don't even know
where
what
you
I
just
ate.
feel it feels like someone turned the thermostat up in the back of your pants.
It was horrible.
Just pure heat.
Yeah.
Or was it the quick sound one?
No, it was
The long ones that just go. And it's an actual temperature difference.
You feel it.
Yeah. Have you ever like you blast one of those off as you're sitting and you get up like 5 minutes later and smell it?
Oh, yeah.
And a bubble of it comes out from under your sack or something. It's like, where was that hiding?
You know, a mistake that I've made a couple of times now, like more than one time, is I'll fucking blast one, like as I'm getting ready to leave or whatever, and then I bend down to tie my shoe, and I basically just headbutt my own fart.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And then every time I go, why did I do that?
Why would I do
Why did
that?
I do that?
I blasted, you know, a few in the couch cushion and stuff when you're just sitting there, and then you get up like 5 minutes later, and it was waiting. It wasn't going to let you get away. It was waiting for you.
That's funny, man.
Sometimes I like when you have gas for like the whole day. And then you go home and you change into something else. But you go and just got to grab the ass of your jeans just to see. Because you go, look, I know what I was doing all day. There has to be something in there.
It's like fart breeze. It just fucking, it permeates the material.
Yeah, it just lives in there until you wash it.
It is fucked up, man.
That happens. What are you going to do?
I know, it's just fucking human nature.
I don't understand why girls never get that, though. Like, girls will admit they fart. But they don't get that over the top where it doesn't matter where you are. You just gotta release because you got the fucking gas pain
and refinery smell,
and it's just over and over again because you got something that's radioactive in you that just keeps fucking emitting this horrible gas.
Laszlo said something once that always kind of stuck with me. He was talking about farting, and when you smell someone else's fart, you just basically have the inside of that person's ass in your nose now.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And you start overthinking it, and you start thinking like, wow, yeah, like little fart particles and molecules are now in me, and like in my brain.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because the receptors in your nose have to pick up on a molecular level pieces of shit. Like molecular shit that was blasted out, and they're coming in contact with your nose.
I know. I just can't let that go sometimes. Where it's just like that's so
you got someone else's,
and then like people are using Purell, and it's like really. Yeah. But you smell someone's fart, and you go, oh, "That's okay."
You got a piece of someone's ass.
You're sniffing shit.
You're sniffing shit. Yeah. Here's an experiment that I don't know if it's been tried or anything, but I've long been curious about this one. As far as farts are concerned. Let's say you're in a room with somebody, right?
Okay.
You have gas, the other person has gas. Your farts, no smell at all. The other person's farts, really bad. You're both silent at the same time, neither one knowing the other one farted.
I already know the answer.
Now, when you smell the other guy's fart, do you think it's yours and enjoy it?
No, never.
Now, why?
Not even.
Something happens to farts when they mix. Like you could like yours. Like I could like mine, you can like yours, but if they mix, we're both repulsed.
No. He's saying his doesn't smell at all.
It's one of those days where
you smell in the room,
fragrance.
Danny.
So now you're thinking the other guy's fart is yours.
Never.
No, I don't think.
Not a chance.
No, I think you would know.
See, you don't.
How?
You don't fart.
I don't know.
Ant doesn't fart. Then
No. I
know my farts.
I'm prying. How do you know them?
Because
there are some standards out there. There are some templates. There are like you could customize your fart, bring it into Photoshop, and customize it. But there are some templates that come with the program.
I don't know what it is, man. I know my farts.
Really?
You don't need After Effects.
No, After Effects. Yes, my After Effects.
Even if it's a foreign smelling one, I'm like, yeah, but that's mine. I just know.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Well, how do you know?
But
all right, I'll do a lot count.
Get Dr.
How do you know?
Is this a Dr. Steve or a Michio Kaku question?
I don't know. This is more a mental. This is kind of vague. This is kind of psychological. There's a psychological thing because it's not your nose now that's just smelling and knowing it's someone else's. Your mind would absolutely think that that is yours.
Nope, it's an evolution thing.
It's like
you just know.
It's like how birds know like what birds belong to them. Right. You know, like birds are retarded. They don't know one bird from another, but
like
they just know. They know their family.
Knowing its baby.
Yeah.
How does you know your fart?
How does a bird know how to just fly to Florida?
Instinct.
Okay.
So you have instinct.
Instinct.
Yeah, you just know yours.
Instinct.
Right. You know yours from someone
And you
else.
could smell yours, and they could be the most horrific things ever. It doesn't bother you, but as soon as someone else farts, you're like, oh my
But
God,
I don't know. You might
pig.
think it's your. And is there any way to prove this? Because you would know if you were. They would have to be an experiment. God, you couldn't get the.
Dude.
It's synchronized, and if you told the people what the experiment was, then they'd know.
You just know your farts. You know when you go in the bathroom and you smell someone else's, you're like, oh my God.
Because you know it's someone else's. That's what I'm saying. Mentally.
No, I understand what you're saying, but nah.
Oh,
you don't
know what?
fart.
Yeah,
You're not in the fart game, man.
I'm not in the game.
No,
I'm a rookie.
you hold back too much.
Because you know what this is like now? This is like, I remember once I picked up a drink, and I thought that there was like soda in the cup or whatever, but it was iced tea.
Right, I've done that, yeah.
So I picked it up, I started to drink it, and I realized once it hit my mouth, I was like, this isn't soda.
It freaks
and
you
I
out.
was immediately disgusted and spit it out. And then I realized, oh, it's just iced tea. But my brain was so thinking that it was soda, it actually disgusted me that it wasn't. So I think that's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah,
because
I see
when
that.
you know, or when you think that it's something, you're more receptive to it. And you know what I'm saying?
But then you'll think it's yours.
No, because your inner plumbing also has something to do with the farts.
Really?
Yeah, the air is like pushing up against the walls and pushing other stuff out that you just know is yours.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
Because you could smell someone else's fart and go, that is so fucking foreign. And he probably had the same type of food that you had that day
But
or
it
whatever.
could just be because your mind knows it's someone else's.
But there's something in your body as well that is mixing in with the farts.
But if you smell a really bad one, you might think to yourself sometimes, I wish that was mine because I would enjoy that.
Oh, no. You're out of your mind.
It's terrible.
You're not in the fart game.
I'm not in the game.
I've been doing radio with you off and on.
I blasted a few, but I try to hold back.
We've been doing this since 70. Hello.
I just consider
94.
it rude.
I've
Since
never
1970s.
I've never heard you fart.
It's
and there's times in the studio I can't help it because got the
Well,
gas,
you got to.
you got
Yeah.
the gas bubble and you got to push out.
I don't know. That's just one of the mysteries of life that I don't know. I can't wrap my mind around. Maybe Charlie Sheen knows.
Charlie Sheen.
I bet Charlie
would know.
Sheen would know because he's fucking awesome. And he could wrap his mind. He'd try to explain it to me, and I wouldn't even be able to fucking do it. Boom. I lose. He wins. Bye.
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 All right, so Quoddafi is what? What's the real news? He's cornered as of 7:40 Friday morning on the East Coast.
A lot of these suburban areas, I guess you'd call them, the desolate areas, are already out of his control.
Done.
Done. He's holed up in Tripoli. That's pretty much the only place he still controls, but even that's fallen apart because it's only mercenaries and some militia that are protecting him now.
Right.
I think the entire military is turned on him.
Just about?
Yeah, just about. And the protesters aren't stopping, even though they're being mowed down. And I don't think he's got much time left.
Yeah, I think this one ends with his death.
Yeah.
The other guy. We haven't even heard about the other guy since he left. Where is he?
He might leave, though. Mubarak?
Yeah, where is Mubarak?
I heard he was at that resort in
Egypt?
Egypt, and he was in a coma.
A coma? Why?
Yeah, like, because he lost the will to live and stopped taking his meds.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
He was on meds?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Something like that. Huh. They actually canceled the rest of his show for this year. He was doing so many drugs. The Mubarak and half a body.
But Quoddafi, this is gonna be ugly.
Yeah.
I think it's just a bullet to the head.
You think?
They don't have time, and then they got to get the body out in the streets for everybody.
We didn't learn last time making these predictions.
I know.
And
At least
when
we're
the
acknowledging
replay,
how uncomfortable it was last time.
when you hear this later, you'll be like, wait a minute. I just saw the news, and Gaddafi is in exile. He left. He's been accepted in some shithole country.
I was wrong, too, because I said that I thought we should have cut that from the replay because it was so wrong and so off and in a way, very old news by the replay.
Yeah.
But a lot of the listeners, they made their points. They said, no, man, we just like to hear, the show, how it was done, no matter what.
Yeah. And it was just
and then gives you a chance to just openly laugh at us.
History. It's what happened.
Bunch of dopes thinking they know world politics.
Yeah.
So I was wrong on that one. I guess it's entertaining no matter what.
Yeah.
So Gaddafi's gone. And then what's going to be the next country that goes? Saudi Arabia, the people are too well off. They make way more money than the Egypts and the Libyans.
Yeah, and I think even they know, like, if Saudi Arabia went, wow, that's a biggie. They actually stepped in yesterday and kept the oil prices down a little bit toward the end of trading. They said, hey, we can cover anything that Libya was pumping out, so no need to worry. And they got a fuckload of oil. So the oil prices went down a couple of bucks at the end of trading yesterday. But if Saudi starts looking shaky, that is the key right there to the Middle East.
We're going to be paying over $4 a gallon.
Already are.
We are?
Yep,
Where?
Manhattan.
Manhattan?
Yep, there's a place in New York City where they did a story this morning, and they were talking to the guy, And it's like, and the reporter was even going, whether or not this has anything to do with Libya, we don't know. But we talked to Mohammed as he was actually changing the numbers. And he's like, all he was doing is, not my fault. I wish, for me, I wish it was,
really?
For free, but it was, right. Stop it, you lying sack. They watch the news and just go, oh, people are scared. The people are afraid. Let's hang up some higher numbers.
Right. I want to prove to you that I know what I'm talking about with my farts. We got a microbiologist on the line.
Microbiologist?
Mike in Jersey.
Microbiologist? Asshole.
What's up? Hey, Mikey.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, Opie, you're kind of right. You said everybody with their internal plumbing is kind of their own thing, and they make their own smell. It's kind of true. We all have what's called intestinal flora. It's a whole mix of different bacteria living inside. They're pretty much living inside of our gut, and it's those bacteria that make all the gas that smells really bad. Now, everybody's bacteria is different. It's kind of like a fingerprint. Everyone has a different mix. So that's why everyone has kind of a different smell. So what might happen is you're used to your smell because that's what it smelled like your whole life. So if someone else has a different mix of bacteria, makes a different smell, I'm not used to this.
Jim Norton homage. Wow.
Well, you know what? Anthony goes, how do you know? And it's just one of those things. You answer with, I just know.
I just know.
Unfortunately, I can't give you the exact reason. You just know when you're smelling your own fart.
Attribute it to gnarlyisms.
Gnarlyisms.
Just gnarlyisms.
Yeah. So every fart's like a snowflake, I guess, huh?
Snowflake. So sweet and nice and gentle.
And every snowflake different.
We're all unique, like farts.
Has there ever been two farts exactly the same?
I don't know. You'd have to smell a lot of ass to try to find that out. I don't know.
If we smoked a little pot right now, we would discuss that for 20 minutes.
Oh, my God.
That would be a solid 20 minutes. Fantastic. All right, Mikey. Thank you, brother. Guy has a theory that the CIA is behind all of the uprisings.
What?
No, man, because this whole thing's a hassle for the United States, right, Ant? You know this better than I.
Yeah, it really is.
It's kind of a hassle. We don't know who's going to run Egypt.
Why is the CIA stepping into fuck with Muammar Gaddafi, who hasn't done shit in years?
He's an easy one to leave alone. What has he really done?
He hasn't done anything in years.
I do believe that we're going to control who is the leader of Egypt. We're going to have our hands involved in that.
You think that's going to be one of our moves?
Somehow,
You think Rummy's got his lizards?
Yeah, Rummy's got his lizard clan.
His lizards?
I kind of believe that we help pick leaders for other places.
Yeah.
Maybe not totally, but we help out a little bit.
I know we used to be in that business.
I think we still
are. A lot.
I think we still are.
Yeah?
I think it's more on the down low.
On the DL, as they say. The DL.
Maybe there's a candidate that we like, so we pump them up a little bit. In ways I don't know, because
I don't know if we're really in that business, or if we can at this point with these fucking protesters and everything.
I think it's tougher to be in that business, but you got to think we do our best.
Who takes over for Quoddafi at this point? It's like that guy's been in charge for 40 fucking years.
Right.
Who now steps in there? A democratically elected government? They don't even have the logistics in place to have free elections.
Oh, really?
And it can't be set up. No, they've been under a dictatorship for 40 fucking years. How do you go about doing it? The people don't even know what the fuck that's about.
Why doesn't Egypt just march in, make Egypt bigger?
Even Egypt doesn't know how to go about it. It's just the most fucked up thing.
Did you see? Oh, I asked you already. I'm asking the audience. Idiot Abroad.
Oh yeah,
Ricky Gervais's show.
Yeah,
they did Egypt. They sent Carl to Egypt.
Oh, they did.
And I was thinking, wow, a lot of the people that Carl was talking about, I wonder if they're dead now.
Oh man, yeah, they made it. Might have been
because it obviously
gunned down.
Obviously before the uprising.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the pyramids and he goes, you see this on TV and it looks like it's in the middle of the desert, and he shows like the angles they don't want to show you because they're trying to get your tourist dollars, where the dirty city's right behind it.
It's right there.
I mean, if you take one angle, yeah, it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's right there outside the city limits, more or less. And then they show all the fucking garbage.
Yeah,
they don't even clean up the area.
It's a filthy place.
And he said there was a tornado of garbage. He was calling it a
around
little,
in the.
yeah, but it looked cool. It was kind of like the plastic bag scene in that movie there. Help me out. Beautiful, the guy with the girl, the high school girl with the roses, American Beauty.
Oh, American Beauty.
American Beauty. But there's Carl. They're filming all these plastic bags just flying by his head and stuff. Really filthy.
I like how he was talking about the design of the pyramids and how it wasn't a good design.
Yeah.
You got a lot on the first floor, but the attic is really small.
You need a roomy attic.
Fucking retarded.
And then they filmed something brilliantly. If you ever gone to a foreign country, I've been to one crazy foreign country. That was Turkey. I was in Istanbul,
and that was before 9/11, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've told the story many times. 2 days before 9/11, or one day before 9/11, we flew home, whatever. But we were going through the market area.
That's crazy.
And what sucks about these poor countries that you want to visit, you get hassled so much you can't enjoy yourself.
Oh, from beggars, right?
Beggars, because they need money.
Yeah.
The average guy in Egypt makes nothing, right?
Yeah,
so they showed Carl. They filmed it beautifully where he's going through the market area and where a lot of the tourists go. And they showed him being bothered every single step he took. And he would push one guy away like, nah. And the other guy was just waiting to take over.
Were they men or kids or women? What were they?
Mostly men.
Men?
Yeah,
like
younger
grown
men.
But they would all be offering different stuff, too.
Watches, rugs, I don't know.
Here, this guy,
You saw it, Travis, huh?
Oh, yeah. So he would be walking through this courtyard, and one guy who owns a cafe is like, hey, come get something to eat. And then he'd be done with that guy. And the next guy would be offering him, come to my place for something to drink.
Right.
Oh, come to my place for something for dessert.
Well,
and they're just lining up, just waiting for this.
And they're not, and they're harassing you, but they know their limits, too, because I'm sure whatever police force they have, they control it a little bit because they want the tourists. They don't want
them all pissed off.
Yeah, but
being harassed.
Travis, that was filmed really, really well, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
They basically showed you can't walk around if you're
but also,
if you're a tourist in Egypt in some of these places.
It's also what type of person you are. Like if you live in New York and you deal with that kind of stuff every day, you and I, we're just walking.
If you look like a mark,
but Carl's just stopping and actually talking to these people.
But it looked like he had no choice. I know what you're saying, Travis, but it looked like they were just
they are everywhere though.
Well, here's the deal though. We put up with shit like this when you ever go down to the Caribbean and fucking try to lay on the beach and just fucking lay down and relax every 2 seconds. Would you like the shirt? Would you like the lady? She like her braids? Braids. I
don't go to those places anymore.
No,
because it is a pain.
It's a pain in the ass.
You're trying to take a nap on the beach, enjoying your Corona or something, and every 2 seconds. I gave up on that. I know where you're talking.
Sometimes I don't
want
to fucking close my eyes and make believe I'm asleep. I want to
just
have
relax.
a drink and watch the fucking beach, look at girl, whatever the fuck you're doing. And these motherfuckers just coming by trying to hawk their wares, not realizing you're not the only fat fucking piece of shit on the beach.
Yeah.
Trying to sell me shit.
Yeah.
I can't relax. Shut up.
Istanbul was brutal. There, though, they were obsessed with their dumb rugs.
They love them rugs, huh?
And then, I did a cruise, and the cruise people are in cahoots with the locals, so they bring you to these places thinking it's a nice touristy thing, but no, it's a demonstration on rugs and stuff, and they're trying to get you to buy rugs. I'm like, what does this have to do with my trip?
Yeah.
Also, I'm at some Istanbul rug shop.
I need something to roll my wife up in and throw her overboard, please.
And then they're making it easy where you can ship it back home, and I don't want a rug.
What is this, like a timeshare meeting?
It pretty much was.
They hook you up like, hey, come down.
Yeah, and under the guise that it's some kind of cool touristy thing. They're known for their rugs, so we're going to bring you to this place that's really cool. And you're like, all right, I could check out how they make rugs or something.
Whatever.
But it's not that at all. It's a showroom, and you're sitting there, and they're trying to sell you a rug for an hour.
Yeah, I'd like to go there. Maybe check out a new one.
You've never gone to a dirty place, huh?
Filthy place. Let me think. Well, when I was a kid, Tijuana.
Tijuana's
went to TJ with the old man. Holy shit.
That's
him and Chato Reyes.
Yeah, that's got to be crazy.
It was, talk about kids fucking begging. They were the big things. And then they took some poor fucking donkey and they spray painted him like a zebra.
Oh, yeah.
Then they would make you take pictures with the spray painted zebra donkey. And then the kids are constantly begging and trying to sell you gum.
Right.
This fucking disgusting fucking gum with their dirty feet.
Yeah,
nasty hands, fucking shit all over them.
You actually saw one of the painted zebras? That's really popular.
Yeah, with the big dumb paper flower in his head, and when he's wearing a hat, like looking all goofy. They cut holes in the hat brim and then put his big dumb donkey ears through it. Gosh. He's spray painted like a zebra. Later on, they wash the zebra stripes off, and he's fucking some whore in some club downtown. He's the same donkey she's sucking off.
He's multitasking.
Yeah. He's
the
like
donkey,
Charlie Sheen.
Many different ways.
Donkey.
Yeah, good old Kenny Powers. They did a little something with that on his show.
Yeah.
With the donkeys they paint into zebras. And people are buying it like it's a zebra?
I don't know if anyone thinks that's a fucking zebra. It's horrible.
Was the paint job bad?
It was really bad. Really? Bad paint job. Bad zebra stripes.
They can't even find an artist to figure it out?
You can at least use an airbrush and maybe fucking look at a picture of a real zebra.
Right.
They'll just paint stripes on it. Look like a tiger.
We got another microbiologist on the phone. You remember the fart guy?
Yes.
The only reason I went to him was because he was proving I was right.
Uh-huh.
And now this microbiologist is going to say that guy's full of shit.
Oh, my God.
Which is weird because we're talking about being full of shit.
Look at this. It's like this is like the Science Channel.
Lou, Pennsylvania.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Hey.
Mike from New Jersey's full of shit.
Oh.
99% of the bacteria in all of our stomachs are identical to each other.
Mm-mm.
So for him to suggest that farting is genetic, I think he's a little off base.
Love when microbiologists talk smack, by the way.
Yeah.
Moreover, the way your farts smell is largely dependent on the diet that you have.
Right.
So the way your fart smells on Tuesday is going to smell a hell of a lot different than the way your fart smells the following Tuesday. Because the bacteria in your stomach is a result of what you eat. So over time, it changes. So I don't know really what the hell he's talking about.
Oh, that sucks.
Sorry,
Say again, now we're just I'm in a quandary about this.
Yeah.
I need an answer, but I don't know how to get one.
Yeah, we might have to go to Dr. Steve.
Yeah, you need to set up a controlled experiment with a series of controls, a double-blind study, so they don't know, the people don't know that they're smelling their own farts or what's going on. It's very complicated, Anthony. Very complicated.
Very. All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Austria. We're in Austria.
Yes. Hi.
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 Heil.
Hi.
Yeah, I was in Egypt a couple of years ago for a school trip.
Oh, thought you were trying to take it over or something. Get it?
How the fuck?
North Africa, cool. Meh.
How the fuck did you discover the Opie and Anthony show in Austria?
I've been listening to you guys for years. I'm originally from the States, but I grew up overseas.
Okay.
I don't want to brag, but I bet I bring in a lot of the Austrian listeners with some of my viewpoints.
What time is it in Austria? Just trying to get a feel here. I'm going to guess. Let's try this.
Time to hate Jews?
I'm going to go with 2 in the afternoon.
Exactly.
Whoa!
See, I might not know that Libya is part of Africa, but damn, I know my fucking time zone.
What time it is in Austria. That knows fucking, how much is a train?
I don't know.
I don't
have to do the train.
Get your cup of coffee or something.
What do you got on the shitty pyramids, it says here?
Oh.
I was there a couple of years ago, and you get there, everything's in organized buses and everything.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Egyptian secret police or whatever standing around with
not too secret, I guess.
No, they're not secret.
This guy's pointing them out.
Right.
But yeah, they're just standing around with AKs, and there's just peddlers everywhere, just like you said, Ope. Like in the markets, kids are running up to you, trying to give you shitty toys made out of sand that crumble within hours. And there's not much to see, and everywhere around, the whole city is just one big ghetto. There's a couple of Western places which are just meant for the tourists, but otherwise the city is just a large shithole.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it's scary, man. And there's just garbage everywhere around the pyramids, right?
Garbage.
They don't really give a fuck about the image. It's in the outer skirts of the city, and it's surrounded by the slums, and it's nothing special.
And what they showed last night when I was watching Idiot Abroad, I'm a little behind. I did the Egypt episode. You get up close to the pyramids there? Just looks like a pile of rocks.
Yeah, from a distance,
it looks really smooth.
Sharp edges and everything.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
But you get close and it's just a pile of rocks.
Big pile of rocks. The edges aren't
all willy-nilly.
Very sharp.
Dare I say. And then you're allowed to just climb up them?
What?
They used to allow it, but after a while they kind of figured out that, we might want to keep these things under conservation, so they stopped allowing it.
Well, what's going to happen?
People have been climbing up them for thousands of years.
Exactly.
All of a sudden now we're so fucking ooh. Well, the world is getting heavier. People are a little more obese now. Nice trim person just running up the side of the pyramid.
Yeah. All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me go to Tim in Pittsburgh.
Alrita Zane.
Tim.
Hey, yeah, you guys were talking about being in the Caribbean and those jackasses coming and trying to sell you shit.
Yes.
I went to Morocco. Well, I was in Europe in the late 90s, and we took a boat over to Morocco. And as soon as you get off the boat, you get into the port, there's about 500 local Moroccan guys, and they want to take you and show you around the city. And we didn't know where we were going. Everybody does it. So we get one, and he takes us all over. He takes us to this place. We get some couscous and all that. And then he's like, I'm going to take you guys.
Food's so nice, they named it twice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and he's like, I'm going to take you to the art college. And we're like, okay, the art college. And it turned out to be this big freaking rug factory.
The rugs.
The whole time I'm like, I'm not buying any of this shit. But I'm telling you, they kept us there for 45 minutes. And finally, I'm like, fine, I'll just buy something just so we could get out of there.
Do the drivers get a kickback, you think, to take these people to that place?
They make deals, I'm telling you.
Wow, fuck that noise.
They do. And then to top it off, I spent all my money on this rug, and we go and stay at this shitty-ass hotel, and I didn't have any money for dinner, so I ate soup. And because I ate soup in Morocco, I had fucking diarrhea for the next 10 days in Europe. I'm pissing out of my ass.
Oh, God. All over the globe. I just picture a map of Europe, and instead of the dotted line, it's just a line of diarrhea through all of the countries that he visited. Big splat on France.
You know, old school movies and stuff when they show someone traveling?
Yeah.
And it's a line.
Yeah, the line. It's just diarrhea.
Gotcha. Right.
Or instead of an airplane, it's a toilet bowl just moving. That sounds like a shitty trip.
That's horrible.
And I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Just that 10 days is bad.
Why would you do, I don't know. I go on a cruise. I'm going to be going on a cruise this spring. And a lot of the ports, I don't like dealing with the local fucking shysters that are just waiting for you. The second they see those fat, fucking lovely fat Americans getting off that boat, they just know.
They start
dollar
coming.
signs. And they're like, we'll take you here, we'll do this, we'll do that. I'm like, I go, no.
You don't get off the boat?
Oh, I get off the boat, but I tell them where I want to go.
Right.
I go, here's where I want to go. Take me there. I'm not going on a tour that you're fucking doing. If you were any good, you wouldn't be a cab driver. You'd be a tour guide or some shit. You're driving a shitty fucking thing. The steering wheel's on the wrong side. You drive like shit.
Yeah, the Istanbul was part of the trip of the Greek islands, and then I remember now there's another port. I forgot the fucking island. They all start looking the same after a while.
Yeah.
And they brought us to a jewelry store. Same shit. Like, they know where to take you.
Fuck that.
There's someone on the cruise ship knowing they're taking you to these places once a week or once every 2 weeks. I don't know, however their schedules are. And they stop off at the jewelry store because they get a kickback if you're buying, local jewelry.
The places that are set up right outside the ship and things like that, the little shops and stuff, because they know the ships are coming.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't mind those.
No,
but you're not going to fucking drive me over hill and dale.
And there's always a reason. I forgot what that was, because this is many years ago. We're talking right around 9/11, so what, 10 years ago, right? What are we up to? Yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, about.
Holy shit. Yeah, but there was a reason why to go, that they had to take us to the local jewelry store.
Really?
And then you get in there, it's like, oh, I see.
Great.
They want you to buy jewelry here because this woman's going to get a kickback.
Thanks. Jet ski.
Oh, yeah.
Jet skis.
Shut
up.
Paris was the worst. 100 different vendors in Paris.
Oh, Billy. That must be great. Let's go to the Eiffel Tower. They're just waiting for you. They're just waiting to sap you. Look at their dumb French stupid thing with no walls on it. Great. You have a framework. Nice.
Okay.
It's an unfinished building. Let's go see it.
We got Mike in Jersey.
Hi, Mike.
Mike, are you the other Mike that turned out to be wrong?
No, I told the call guy that I'm not microbiologist Mike.
Okay, good.
Mike.
What do you got?
There was an experiment that I was reading about this in a baby book that they put a bunch of shitty baby diapers out, and they had a bunch of moms come in, and each mom was able to pick out their own baby shit. So Opie's definitely right.
I completely believe that. I have smelled baby shit in my day.
Oh, yes, you've had it under your nose.
And it'll knock you the fuck out. My kid, I forgot to mention this, a milestone. His shit smells like shit.
Oh, it's finally there?
His shit finally smells like shit. It's brutal.
Really?
But within a week or two, you're used to his shit. But if a foreign baby came to my house and they changed the diaper in my house,
I don't think the nationality has anything to do with it.
I would be out of my mind smelling someone else's kid's shit. Absolutely. You're right there, Mike.
Do you pick him up and stick your nose in his ass to see if he's gone?
I'm that guy. It makes it easier because it's like wrestling a fucking calf or something when you try to change their diaper. It's a nightmare. So if you know ahead of time that you don't have to open up that diaper to check, you're saving yourself a lot of work.
Really?
A lot of work.
Travis, you smell the ass end of your kid?
Yeah, you can pick them up and smell the ass. So you can just kind of open up the top of the diaper.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
but sometimes like they make faces.
I'd rather just pour a glass of wine and smell that before I take a sip.
I understand.
I don't know. Smelling a baby's ass for shit is...
Someone was telling me the other day I got it easy because eventually they take their diapers off and start rubbing shit everywhere. My kid's not doing that.
Cave painting?
How the fuck do they take their own diper off unless you're letting them wander around with just a diaper on?
Some people do, I think.
Fuck that.
Other kids just take their pants off. They're just like, There's nothing more awkward than being over someone's house with a kid that's that
naked
age, and they just fucking take their clothes off and they're walking around. It's like, could you just not?
You don't want to be tempted.
Yeah, tempted. Well, that's what the joke is, of course.
I know,
but
I'm sorry. It's
no,
so
no,
hack.
it really is, which is fine. But the truth of the matter is, the truth is, it's just an awkward situation to be in.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
You don't want a kid just... We talked about that years ago on the beach when they let the kid run around, and that was where Puffy Vag came from.
Right.
Where I was laying on a blanket, and I just heard, like, some footsteps next to me, and I opened my eyes, and standing, like, a foot away from me is a naked little girl and a giant actual-sized vagina.
Are they?
Are vaginas actual size?
I was going to ask you, is it like eyeballs? You know how your eyeballs are the same size your whole life?
When you're born, you grow into.
Is the vagina the same
around
size?
it. I truly believe the vag is born the same size.
That's hilarious.
And then girls just grow into them.
More importantly, I said it the other day, I'll say it again. When you become a father, you become aware of the creeps out there. I don't know what kind of parent you are that you allow your kid to be naked on a beach because the pervs are everywhere.
Yeah. It's like, why would you?
Especially if you have I would almost understand like your son, whatever, but like I think you're way more protective with a girl. I'm assuming I'm not in that world yet.
Yeah.
And you got, like you just said, a young...
she's like 17, 18 years old, and she's naked. It's just...
How is it? And you got to lick all the sand out of her vagina.
Jesus. But how as a father you just can accept that?
I know,
knowing that there has to be creeps around. There has to be if it's a crowded beach.
Well, you know what? I was watching that goddamn Toddlers and Tiaras and Little Miss Perfect. And the fathers on that show, it's like, how do you allow your daughter to dress like a complete fucking whore?
Yeah, that's even bad. You're right.
And shake her ass and do like dance moves that are done in strip clubs.
Right.
And the father's like, well, you know, it's I think it's teaching her a lot of confidence. The mother and her get along just great at these pageants. And we sit and watch, and we're very proud of her. Mm-hmm. And there she is in a fucking midriff top with hot pants on. Pretty much diddling herself and shaking her ass to the judges.
I'm for allowing everything for the most part, but that's one of those things I'm like, they should just outlaw it. It just doesn't seem right.
There's something just really wrong with that.
It just doesn't seem right. We should go to one.
Oh my God.
Do they come to Jersey?
I don't even know if they come to this
We should find
area.
out. You want to talk about making some videos.
Little Miss Perfect pageant.
We should go.
Yeah.
We should go.
Oh, God.
And check it out live.
We should enter someone in it.
Big A.
It's time for wow-wear.
I'm in a little tiny shirt.
A little bippy shirt.
He's got to sing that song, though.
Little Miss Perfect Pageant.
Could we
wearing those little socklets?
Could we have them all dressed for the pageant, and then go to the table where you have to sign up your little girl?
Oh God! And try to sign them up. Here's our little
Miss Perfect,
Andy, we like to call her.
Right.
We should have a Little Miss Perfect pageant with the Big A and fucking Dumb Bobo.
That's not a bad idea. Now you're talking.
They have to do wow-wear.
A Little Miss Perfect pageant with the
we
creeps.
Have question and answer, and then we have wow-wear where they have to wow the judges with what they're doing, like a little dance number in very revealing clothing, and then the beauty segment where it's like a gown, and they have to be very poised, slowly turning their head. Why don't we do a Little Miss Perfect?
I know Big A's in. Pat from Menaki would do this in a second, right, Pat?
Yeah, Pat. What, you in, Pat?
Stalker Patty, of course, you got to bring the Bobo.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't been on the show for a while, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. But I think he would be good at that.
We're going to have to...
Pat says, oh, yeah, he's in.
We're going to have to think that one over.
Yeah, a Little Miss Perfect pageant.
That could work.
With Dumb Patty.
Did you get the little girl's number that you saw naked at the beach?
No, I didn't get her number. Jesus Christ.
A lot of phone calls, but I think
it's... with all joking aside, it's so uncomfortable for somebody to do that because you're trying to just not look at the dumb naked kid because it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So now you're looking all around the beach or the house or wherever the fuck you are.
I don't get that.
Taking pictures of when we spilt the paint.
I think if you're kind of at like a private beach or something, but like a public beach, maybe the parents would argue it's a lot easier.
And they don't even watch the kid. It's running all over the place, just naked.
Right.
Sand all over the place. Yes.
Maybe a sandy diaper is not fun or something. I don't know.
That's the radio name you went by before BAB, wasn't it? Sandy Diaper?
Yeah, Sandy Diaper.
I was Sandy Diaper here.
In the morning.
In the morning. Sandy Diaper.
Dr. Steve, Ant's got a very good question.
Dr. Steve.
I knew you were going to go to me now because I just walked into my kid's daycare. Hang on a second.
Oh, speaking of.
Little rough dropping the F-bomb in the middle of a door.
I wonder where they learned that from.
Well, we certainly don't have to do this today. It's just,
no.
It's just nonsense if you need to know the truth.
Yeah, well,
I was going to tell you, my very first memory was taking a shit in my crib.
Really?
I felt very creative, and I remember painting the walls with
oh my God.
Yeah. And wondering why, when my mother came in, I thought she would be so proud of me. And, and why she was so upset. So it's, definitely something to look forward to.
Good luck with that.
I guess that's happening.
Good luck, bro.
I was like 18 months old.
But there's the kid update today. My kid's shit finally smells like shit.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. It's a milestone. As being a father, that's one of the milestones you look forward
to.
Yeah. He's eating meat now, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah, that must be it, right? Yeah, meat will always make it stink.
Yeah, a little
meat.
And a lot of yogurty.
Really? Things like that?
Yogurt chips.
Dr. Steve, are you prepared for a question?
Certainly, my friend.
All right. I don't even know how you would answer this. I think it's more of a psychological and physiological thing. But let's say you have two people in a room. Neither know what's going on with this little experiment. They fart at exactly the same time, but it's silent. Neither one knows the other one farted. One is having farts that really smell bad. The other one is having farts that have no fragrance at all.
Right.
Would the person, knowing that you're not offended by your own fart smell as you are someone else's, smelling that, the person that made the fart that didn't smell, but not knowing the other person farted and smelling that person's fart, thinking it's his own fart, would he be put off by the smell or think it was his and have that sick enjoyment of it as we do as humans?
That is a really great thought experiment.
It really is, and I don't even know how you do it without tipping the people off, and then they'd have to fart at the same time. It's
my answer is that you just know. You just know your own fart. So, and you're a human being, so you quickly would think, okay, he had to have farted when I farted.
You think it's like a puppy, like a dog could smell puppies and know it's its own puppy?
Here's the thing.
I'm telling you.
I think that there's more to it than just the smell. I think that the body knows what direction that fart cloud is coming from.
Really?
I really do, because I've had this experience before where I could tell which person in the room fucking farted.
Oh, because it didn't come from... Yeah, okay.
Right, it didn't come from my side of the room. It came from another side of the room, and I could kind of pinpoint with my nose by the gradient of gas, which person laid that fart. And you always know when you're in a room and someone's slaying stinky farts, pretty much which person did it.
Right.
And I think that would have to be, to really do a controlled experiment, you would have to bottle these farts and then use a double-blinded method of reintroducing the farts to their nose.
To their nose with some type of sensor, so you would know when the person farted, so you could then...
have to fart into basically into a vacuum bottle, and then you'd have to reintroduce that in a double-blinded way to those people to see if your theory is right, that people can identify their own.
Right.
Well, now you're
talking. I think that they cannot.
Now you're in MythBuster territory, so maybe we should give this question to the MythBusters.
Yeah.
Would they take this one on? Make a whole show about it?
Might be too
we
dirty.
Did medical Mythbusters on my show. It might be something we could try.
Medical
we did
Mythbusters.
The tampon medical Mythbusters. Not vaginal tampon. Sorry, the vodka tampon.
Yes, vodka tampon.
And we busted that myth. So
did she get drunk?
No, absolutely not. And we had a breathalyzer, and she didn't blow. She blew absolutely nothing, or none of us. So we knew she wasn't drunk.
So you can't get drunk from a vodka-soaked tampon, is what you learned.
No, the vagina is not designed to absorb things. Now, if you took that tampon, and please, kids, don't try this at home, but if you shoved it up your ass, then you would get drunk. But that would.
Well, how do you know? Did you guys try that?
Yeah.
No, but the colon is well known for absorbing alcohol.
Well, why don't you try it before you start saying that?
I think it is, right? There's a lot of like, how does it absorb? Just through the thin walls?
Well, yeah, the colon, the large intestine is designed to absorb fluid, because that's what it does. It takes liquid stool and turns it into turd.
Yeah. Huh.
So people have died from doing champagne enemas and stuff like that. We had a couple of cases when I was a medical examiner.
Wow.
Of people who gave themselves champagne enemas, and they died from alcohol toxicity.
You were a medical examiner, too?
Yeah, when I was in Vermont, yeah.
Wow.
What a cool. Yeah, I forgot, I guess. I'm sorry.
You had...
Now, that was really creepy.
No shit.
What was the worst one you saw?
I saw a suicide, and it was with a .38 Magnum, and there was a perfect anatomic specimen of a half brain laying in the snow.
Wow.
It was just
wow, that is
it looked completely non-traumatic. It just looked like somebody had done a surgical or an anatomical specimen.
It just fell out of his head.
Yep.
Damn.
I don't know how you do that.
Was he dead? Yeah, I'm going to call this one, guys.
Right. All right, Dr. Steve.
Dr. Steve, thank you so much. You gave me a little more information on this thing. I'm going to continue this. I'm smelling farts and Nobel Prize.
Yeah, you're not giving up on this one?
Yes.
We may try it on our show. And by the way, we're on tomorrow night, Weird Medicine at midnight.
Nice.
Weird Medicine, midnight Eastern, right here on our channel. Dr. Steve, Weird Medicine.
It truly is a great show.
Yes, it is.
And Dr. Steve really liked the Louis C.K. Are You a Lizard? Donald Rumsfeld thing yesterday.
Oh,
yeah. That was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's making the rounds, too. The video's doing well for Louis.
I think, Louis' show may be one of the best shows that's ever been on TV.
I know, it's fucking great.
Every fucking minute of that show.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next season.
We brought up Louis C.K. I showed Anthony something in the paper today. Being famous is really, really weird. The Daily News here in New York, they have a picture of Chris Rock at the Knicks game because, Carmelo Anthony made the debut. And Chris Rock is courtside, so they're like Chris Rock at the Knicks game.
Yeah.
And in the picture, you see half of Louis C.K.'s face with no mention that it's Louis C.K. And I'm thinking it's got to suck to be Louis C.K. He's got his own TV show. He's been in movies.
Yeah.
He's...
Right.
And I'm going to say this. Right now, I think he's funnier than Chris Rock even. I know they're good friends, so if I said that in front of Louis, he would downplay it. But in my dumb little mind, I think Louis C.K. is funnier than Chris Rock right now and gets no credit that he was at the Knicks game or any credit in this picture. Matter of fact, I told Ed, I bet you they had a picture of Louis C.K. and Chris Rock together, but chose the other one where you see just kind of his nose and a piece of his eye and his forehead.
You'd think they would put Chris Rock and Louis C.K. watch the game.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and I'm thinking Louis C.K.
No, nothing.
But I'm thinking Louis C.K. has reached this level of fame, but he's still not getting noticed by the people that notice that stuff?
Not next to Chris Rock.
Doesn't make sense to me.
It's the Adam Sandler syndrome.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like Adam Sandler. They'd be taking pictures and going crazy over him. And do you really think that's funny? Do you really think that's funny?
Who?
Adam Sandler.
I never thought he was funny. I think he's made a couple good movies.
I thought he was funny when he was on
SNL.
Remote Control with fucking when he was stunt boy or whatever he was.
Some of the SNL stuff was funny.
That's what matters.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
It's just weird seeing that picture today, knowing that we know Louis so well and that obviously has a great career going for himself. Mm-hmm. Critically acclaimed, that show of his.
Yeah.
And, he puts a video up on YouTube. It does 2-3 million views, no problem.
I know. Amazing.
But they're like, yeah, here's Chris Rock at the game, not acknowledging that Louis right the fuck there and really funny and really talented. So, really strange. All right, Steve.
All right, Dr. Steve. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, boy.
Yeah, we'll be listening
Talk
tomorrow
to you
night.
soon.
We're going to take a break. When we get back, Patrice O'Neill joins the program.
Patricky.
And Pat Cooper's coming in at 9 o'clock to say hi.
Oh, boy.
I don't think he's promoting anything.
Hold on to your hats.
Why? We get to leave at 9, basically.
No, it is a chore when he's in. I got to be honest. It's a chore. It's like, I can't keep up with that. He's like old Charlie Sheen.
What?
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 Oh, God. I'm a P-51 Mustang. Got to go with older planes.
Want to play the what game today?
What?
I've been meaning to play that.
I know, right?
What?
Exactly. Oh, boy. Well, we're all in.
All right. Hey, Oscars on Sunday, so we got an Oscar moment for everybody.
The Opie and Anthony Show proudly presents Oscar Moments, memorable scenes from Academy Award-nominated films. And now, here's Oscar.
Nominated for 10 Academy Awards, including Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role, Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role, and Best Picture, True Grit. Presented by Roland Campos and Rich Voss.
All right, Mr. Cogburn, in 4 years as U.S. Marshal, how many men have you shot?
I never shot anybody I didn't have to.
Well, that was not the question. How many?
Shot or killed.
Let us restrict it to killed, so that we may have a manageable figure.
About 12, 15. Stopping men in flight, defending myself, etc., etc., etc.
Around 12, he says, or 15. So many that you cannot keep a precise count. I've examined the records and can supply the accurate figure.
Well, I believe them 2 war tones make it 23.
And how many members of this one family, the Wharton family, have you killed?
Immediate or?
Did you also shoot Dub Wharton, brother, and Cleet Wharton, half-brother?
Oh, Cleet was selling ardent spirits to the Cherokees. He come at me with a king bolt.
A king bolt? Now you are armed and he advanced upon you with nothing more than a king bolt from a wagon tongue?
I seen men badly torn up with things no bigger than a king bolt. I defended myself.
Return to the other encounter with Aaron Wharton and his 2 remaining sons. You sprang from cover with revolver in hand.
I did.
Loaded and cocked?
Well, if it ain't loaded and cocked, Don't shoot.
And like his son, Aaron Wharton advanced against an armed man?
Well, he was armed. He had the axe raised.
Now, I believe you testified that you backed away from Aaron Wharton. Which direction were you going?
I always go backwards when I'm backing up.
Stay tuned for more Oscar moments. Presented by the Opie and Anthony Show.
Robin.